Things have really been a long journey for me. I'm 80 years old. I've really paid my dues. I would look back on my life, I had some difficult times, but I think the thing that did bother me the most was I just never felt special. It's not a haircut, and it's not just a makeover, it's a life change. I mean, it's a life-fulfilling dream. I just want to thank you for picking me. I believe it's going to be life-changing.
Well, women around the world understand that aging can be difficult. Often, how they've aged does not express who they really are. Meet Carol Bales.
Well, my name is Carol Bales. I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland, but I always have to add, I'm originally from California.
Beauty is far more than skin deep, and often the desire for a makeover comes from the soul of the child within.
As a child, I grew up in a situation where my father was a very violent alcoholic. He would chase us down the street with a shotgun, things like that. I was a kind of kid that when a kid vomited in school, I would run over and clean it up so the nuns wouldn't have to do it. The only way I ever felt that I would be saved from that situation would be that if somebody came to me and asked me, "Are you okay?" and then I could say, "No, I can't lie," right? I distinctly remember making a decision at 5 or 6 years old not ever play, because if I played, people would know how sad I was, right? And then all my chance of rescue would be gone. It didn't work, obviously, so I went to school and became a cytotechnologist, which means I studied cells and stuff like that. And I actually became very well known in my field and internationally known for like 25 or 30 years. I had been never married because you can't develop much of a relationship if you're afraid to be alone in the room with a man. I couldn't understand why at my age I was still so phobic about being yelled at. By that time I'd had some therapy, and I didn't know there were such things as PTSD. My whole life still centered around trying to please people and trying to be perceived as a wonderful person. 40 years ago, it was really old to have a baby at 40, and I knew I wanted a child, so I went and had a son by donor insemination. I had thought that after I had my son, that then I might, now that I'm all emotionally healthy, I might find somebody, but then when you're a single mom, there's not much more you can do except raise your child, especially when it's so special to you. I started getting tired of always working with dead people and body parts, so I decided to change careers. My last 25 years of working, I was a hospitalist for full-blown AIDS patients, and that was a very profound and moving experience in my life. I retired. My son moved to Maryland, and I found that for the first time in my life I didn't have anybody to take care of, or I didn't have any kind of responsibility, so I found it really hard to get out of bed. And then I had some medical issues that were actually life-threatening. I ended up on life support, and I decided to move to Maryland to be close to my son. I'm now at a point where I think I may live a little longer. I'm trying to learn how to feel playful. I'm not quite sure how to do it without being like a silly old lady. One of the things I want my son to feel after I die, wow, at least she was really fulfilled when she was here. Now where's the mimosa? I didn't even know what it is, but it sounded good, right? But today, I'm feeling wonderful. I'm feeling it's my day, and I'm really looking forward to this experience.
big reveal? Here we go.
Well, I have to say it was wonderful, and I feel stunning, unique, and playful. It's me. Look at me. I'm 80 years old. It's really hard to describe this experience. Do you want to save some of these for other people, or
I went shopping for you.
Oh wow! I was connecting with everybody and connecting with people that actually saw me. One of the reasons this was so special for me is because I missed out on some things in life. I never got married, so I was never a bride. I never got to go to the prom. I never got to dress up with a corsage. My birthday is January 2nd, so everybody was either broke or hungover or sick or, ooh, they say party, and so it was never acknowledged. No, I'm fine with it.
I know you're fine, but just take the arm.
It's not just fulfilling that one dream, though. I feel so good about myself, and I feel that I can really look good. I'm gung ho. I want to go home, and now I want to get out of my scrubs. I want to get my hair obviously out of a ponytail. And the other thing is, I was not expecting this, but I didn't want to tell him anything. I wanted him to just take me as putty and do what he wanted to do, and it's totally different than what I had thought he would do, and it was nothing I would have ever even thought to ask him to do, and it's me. I mean, I can't believe it's me. He captured my personality, and I don't think anybody else could have done this except this team here. From my heart, that's the truth. There's no way I know I'm going to be able to do this at home. I mean, if I could, we'd go out and I'd start a makeover business. And if it was that easy, right? There's some things you can do for yourself. Read his book, watch his videos. You'll learn a whole lot. If you ever are lucky enough to get in for a makeover, please just be a blank slate. Please don't tell him what to do, because you won't believe the outcome. One of the things I want my son to feel after I die, I want him to feel, wow, at least he was happy she was here with us. It's really fulfilled when she was here. I'm sad it's over, but the thing is that it's all about connection, and we all connected. So thank you all. Yeah, I love you guys.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Also, please comment. I want to hear your comments in the sections below. Share it with friends and family. And mostly, subscribe.